The 2014 John Worsfold Medal will be held on Friday, October 3 at the Perth Convention and Exhibition Centre. Tickets are available now. Please visit westcoasteagles.com.au/events to download the booking form.
There's a few crew and all that staff, and quite a few players have come in.
Goodbye, mate. How do you feel? Has it sunk in yet?
Not quite. It's an amazing feeling, something I'm very proud of, and it's a huge honour, but I think it'll take some time.
How was it when you met your wife and child when you came back to the airport today? What was it like?
It was beautiful. As soon as I hopped on the plane, I couldn't wait to get home and just greet them and just tell them how much I love them and how much I appreciate everything they've done for me. The birth of my daughter Nala was the best moment in my life, and she's brought me so much joy. So I love my family time, and it's very special to me.
Do you feel like you belong in this group now, this Brownlow Medal group? Is it sinking in?
It's going to take quite some time, I think, but hopefully in time it does sit a little easier.
Now, when during the count did you actually think, I have a chance to win this?
Yeah, about the halfway point, those sort of 50-50 games were going my way, and once I got to 17 votes, I knew I had a few games to come that I thought I would poll. So that's when the nerves really picked up, and the banter at the table picked up too, so it didn't make it much easier.
Was it good to get those last two votes in the final round?
I think it is, yeah. It probably would have taken a bit of the gloss off it if it hadn't gone that way. So Nat Fyfe had an amazing year, and obviously he's got a great career ahead of him.
Who picked it first, Priddis, at the table? Marco at the airport said it was him, and he would have liked to have had a bit of money on it.
Yeah, he was calling it pretty early actually, and that's the best thing. And the reason why I play footy is it's just the mateship, and just to see what it meant to them last night, the boys that were there, it was pretty special. And this group is building a real united group, and that's under Adam Simpson. That's one thing he's really brought to the footy club. So no doubt over the next couple of weeks I'll get to share it with all my teammates, and that's something I'm really looking forward to.
Have you had time?
Australian selectors got a message as well, Priddis? You think they realise now perhaps you should have been in the All-Australian team?
The All-Australian side, it's a great side, and every single guy in that team deserves their spot. So to make the 40's fantastic, and every single year the midfield spots are so hard to get, and just to be alongside some of those guys, it's pretty special.
Have you had time just to pick up the medal and look at it and appreciate what you've actually achieved?
I've had a couple of moments where I've had a little bit of reflection on it, and so many memories of when I was a kid. I remember sitting with my parents in the lounge room watching Brownlow Medals on Monday nights, and just seeing the guys get up to receive the medal, and had a couple of moments standing on the stage, and it was quite bizarre that was me, and pretty proud moment, and over the next few weeks when it settles down I'll really get to hopefully think how special it is.
What would you say to the young people that might be watching that it's a victory for persistence and professionalism and dedication, isn't it?
Yeah, I love playing footy, and I love getting the best out of myself, and I've always told just worry about the things that you can control. So that's my work rate at training, my recovery, nutrition, all these sorts of things are something that's quite easy to control, and I've always used that to try to close the gap with the guys that are a little bit more talented. So it's pretty simple.
What's the goals when you're doing those draft camps, when you each year trying to break into AFL football, you weren't getting the break you're after? In your mind, what did you want to achieve with football if you did get that lucky break and get into AFL football? What did you hope to achieve, your wildest dreams?
When you first get on the list, it's just to play one AFL game. Once I'd achieved that, you just want it even more so. So once I broke into the side, it's the best job in the world, and I just want it to last for as long as I can. So I'll just continue to work extremely hard, try to get the best out of myself, and the coaches here, all they want to do is help you improve, regardless of whether you're the oldest bloke or the youngest, and that's something I really appreciate. Brady Rawlings, Don Pike, these sort of guys this year have just been fantastic for my game, and they really care about your development.
Do you have a message for those sort of guys who are battling away at the lower levels, thinking they might not get a shot at AFL? Do you have a message for those sort of guys who are still doing that kind of thing?
around the state leagues, it was all standalone sides that won the grand finals, so there must be many more guys who are screaming for opportunities, and I think, like I've said on numerous times, just never give up on that dream, because the opportunities are there. More and more mature age guys are getting drafted, and yeah, the opportunities are there.
Mate, did you think that you may have been a chance when you were just in the back of your mind? Did you think, oh, I might hold a right, I might be there at the end, close?
Yeah, I had a few conversations with my wife throughout the week, and she'd probably attest to my moods had been pretty bad at home because I was a bit nervy going tonight. I was just the thought of being a bit embarrassed about the whole thing. So I didn't know how well I would go, but I thought I'd get a few votes.
Is it true your manager was the first one to think perhaps you could win it and started to work on you?
Yeah, Colin's always been one of my biggest fans, and yeah, he was pretty hopeful.
Priddis, you probably like the sort of low profile of being an AFL footballer. Seem to be a shy guy. You're prepared now for what comes with being a Brownlow medalist?
Mate, I'll just keep. It's not going to change me as a person. I'll keep preparing to play my best footy, and all I want to do is go out and play my role for this footy side. So I'm not going to change my preparation, my thought processes, or me as a person. I'm still, a father to my daughter Nala, and I've got my wife Ashley, and I'm a family man. That nothing's going to change.
How do you Coach said this morning that you'd like to be a little bit more selfish, though, mate. Can you find rid of that somewhere?
I just wasn't raised that way. Mum and Dad are beautiful people, and family first is something that's it's always been big to me.
So you head back to Melbourne soon, take Ash and be part of the whole grand final work?
Yeah, I think Ash has already told me she's definitely coming, so she's missed out on one. She'll be there for grand final day and the parade, so that's going to be fantastic, something to share with her, and she's been such a big part of it, so I'm really excited about getting back over there on Thursday. What was it like turning, usually the Brownlow medalist turns to their girlfriend or wife to kiss them, you had to turn to Shannon Hearn. What was your thoughts there? Yeah, he's an ugly version, isn't he? He's, it's pretty special actually. If I could choose anyone to be sitting alongside me, it'd be Shannon Hearn. We came to the club the same year, and he's just a fantastic best mate. He'll do anything for you, and to have him alongside me at times, I was getting a little nervy, and he'd just calm me down with his simple sarcasm. So it was pretty good.
What's the best message you've received? No doubt you've received hundreds of messages. What's one that's blown you away?
In terms of my footy?
No, in the last 24 hours. From people who, your friends, family, people you've never met. What's the most? Yeah, I read an article from Shane Crawford, and it was an article on the Monday, and it was about how he performed the year after his Brownlow, and he went into round one physically and mentally exhausted, and so for me it's just going to be trying to make sure I do everything exactly the same as I've always done. Don't try to be anyone I'm not. Like I've said before, I'll keep preparing and training as hard as I can, and on game day all I have to do is play my role. This sort of stuff is great when you receive it, but I play footy for team success, and just being part of a tight, united footy team, that's what brings me most joy.
Matt, just on that, last couple of times the Eagles have had a Brownlow medalist, they've made the grand final the next year. Is that a good moment? Yeah,
when I first said that I was pretty excited. So we've got so much work ahead of us, but I believe with our coaching group and our young playing group, it's definitely possible. So we're prepared to put in the hard work, and that's exciting.
Matt, just on the field, do you think you might get a bit more attention from opposition teams as a result of this? Or?
Maybe, but we've got a really strong developing midfield group, so there will be weeks where you may get a little bit more attention, and there's other weeks where a Shui and Gaff will get it. So that's something we'll develop over the next few years, where we'll get great depth in our midfield. So whoever does get the attention, it shouldn't affect our team performance.
So you're hoping they'll be stealing more votes off you next year and in the coming years?
Absolutely. If we can build the depth of our playing group, and definitely through the midfield, then we're going to have some really good team success.
Have you thought any more about the captaincy? Has this changed anything in terms of that? Or?
I've really enjoyed my opportunities to be captain this year. I think my leadership skills have improved as the season's gone, but I think it would be really fitting if someone like a Shannon Hearn or a Scotty Selwood got the role, someone who could be in the role for 5 or 6 years. I think that'd be fantastic for the club.
Matt, you've already thanked Subiaco Football Club for your early start in the game. I'm just wondering if you saw the Waffle game on Sunday and how you feel about the old team taking over and prevailing against so many Eagles.
Yeah, it was a funny situation to be in. Obviously, I've got so much love for the Subiaco Footy Club, but I also had 11 teammates from West Coast playing. So either way, it was a bit of a win-win. But in the conditions, Subiaco were just too good on the day. So fantastic for them. I was getting numerous texts from the boys on their Mad Monday at the paddo. So that was me, 10 years ago. So it's fantastic for them.
Do you take a holiday now, Matt? What's the plan from here?
Yeah, I am.
Such a proper holiday, or do you always keep your routine up?
Yeah, I've normally try to get my holidays out of the way the first few weeks, and then try to get back into a good routine with your diet and your training. So once this week, we've got to enjoy it, be in the moment for as long as I can, and spend it with the people I love most, and then try to get some time down south. I think down to Dunsborough, and then prepare for another AFL season.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your parents and growing up and as a junior footballer and kicking with your dad in the backyard, that sort of thing?
Yeah, so many fond memories, and my parents have always given me every opportunity to succeed. Whatever sport it was, they would make sure that I had every opportunity to get to training on time, whether it was 5 o'clock at the pool or 5 o'clock at the beach. I still remember Mum's footsteps walking down the corridor, and we think, oh no, here we go again. But I loved it. It probably helped me develop as a person. Surf lifesaving is probably the sport that taught me to overcome adversity the most. It was a sport that doesn't have any, it's all for self-satisfaction. You put in so much work, but it's all just for, not much reward at all. So that's just a great sporting organisation, and the Trigg Island Surf Club were also a big part of my development.